Williams. Mark has lost 90 pounds the past 14 months in preparation for this show. 90 pounds. Round of applause for that. He is in his final semester of the Pensacola State College nursing program. Mark thanks his mom for all the support, help, and love throughout this journey. His dad for always being positive, his amazing coach, Long Ho, his best friends that could and couldn't make it to the show, and for his nursing school, YMCA, and World's Gym family. Mark Williams. Now let's bring out the top 5 in that class in no particular order. Let's bring out competitor number 29, David Brasher. Competitor number 30, Devoshe Wright. Competitor number 34, Bruce Simpson. Competitor number 24, Mark Williams. And competitor number 26, Isaac Hope. For the number 29, 30, 26, 34, 24. Right. So we'll give that 5th place to competitor number 29, David Brasher. Fourth place goes to competitor number 30, Devoshe Wright. 3rd place goes to competitor number 26, Isaac Holtz. 2nd place goes to competitor number 34, Bruce Simpson. And 1st place goes to competitor number 24, Mark Williams. Congratulations, Mark.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? First off, the lighting sucks, but you know what? This is just a video that I had a feeling that I wanted to make, and it's nighttime, and I don't really have any good lighting, but you know what? I'm gonna make the best of it because the video that I just had an inspiration to make. So just deal with it. The information is going to be good. So without further ado, this is the video. It's going to be covering bodybuilding contest prep, and honestly what it's like. Besides the photos you see of people on Instagram and Facebook and everything you see on YouTube and everything on how great it sounds, there's very few videos that I think show like what it's really like for a natural athlete. I'm going to tell you straight up, this is literally the hardest thing you will probably ever do, or at least one of the hardest things you will ever do in your life. This is crazy difficult. It's an extremely rewarding journey, but it is grueling. I tell you what, so first off, I'm gonna categorize the video a little bit. Is when you should do a bodybuilding contest or a contest prep. When you should do it is, I feel like, when you have time to truly dedicate when you have the time to truly dedicate, you know, to just have this goal and for it to be a very, very big part of your life. You can't do this in half-ass it. You cannot do it, because if you do it when it gets hard, which is gonna get hard, your steam's just it's gonna just go all the way. There's no way you're gonna be able to push through all the barriers and plateaus that you're gonna get mentally and physically and just on every level possible, and all the symptoms and side effects that you're gonna get with getting extremely low body fat. Why you should do it, we'll talk about what's the motivator, what's the reasoning, and just the general purpose of why. And everyone's favorite part is the side effects, right? What does it feel like? So first off, I'm just gonna go, what does it feel like to be in a bodybuilding prep, deep into a bodybuilding prep? I am a little over 4 weeks away. I'm 30 days out right now, and I am definitely under 10% body fat. And it's not like, oh yeah, I'm a 10. No, I am definitely under 10% body fat. I am striated everywhere. Bicep peaks are just in. It is nuts. Chest fibers are just everywhere. It is insanity how lean I have gotten in the last probably really 3 weeks. So the side effects, you're all depending on where you're at. I didn't really start feeling crappy till about 9 weeks out, which I was probably then at about 10% body fat. You're always cold. That's a given, right? You're always cold. Mood drastically changes. If you're a really happy person, you're still gonna be happy, but you're gonna take a hit. You're not gonna be as just happy-go-lucky all the time. You might get a little more quiet just to yourself. This whole entire thing, this bodybuilding, it's extremely, it is absolutely extremely isolating, from the diet to the training techniques, the training style. You can have the most people in the world that are cheering for you and on your side, and they're going to be there for you. But it feels like no one truly understands what's going on with you and your body and the way you're thinking and the particular goal, because 99.9% people will never get this conditioned, will never step on a stage, and will never experience what it feels like to do something like this to your body. So again, you're always cold. Mood changes are drastic. Personality change even. I've gotten way more to myself again. And it's not even because it's just, I've gotten invites to go do everything I normally can do in my normal life, but it's almost like I'm avoiding, it's almost like a feeling of avoidance, just because you're so to yourself and you're so focused that everything else that's not bodybuilding and diet and training related to this goal is just, you don't want to distract you because you put so much into it. You don't want any little thing to possibly knock you down a couple places because you got off the prep for a week or two. So, you hold yourself to a very extremely high level. Thought process, I feel like, becomes a little bit different. It's very more about you. You become very, I hate to say the word selfish, but if you become very selfish, it's tough mentally. I think psychologically is the hardest. You never can predict a good day or a bad day. I've had days where I wake up and I feel awful, and then I feel great 10 minutes later. So you can go from happy to sad to mad to quiet to an extreme euphoria. You can experience all those emotions within 1 hour, and they just swing and they just come in all the different cycles. You can just never predict it. That's one of the big things, and that's a hormone issue. The hormones are all out of whack. Of course, you're going to get weaker in the gym. In fact, the funny part is the only time I can really truly time when I'm going to feel really good is when I'm in the gym. It's because I've conditioned myself so much right now in my body to where I am programmed right now really to only feel good and perform well in the gym, because my body is in a place where, even though I am technically an unhealthy body fat, I am I am extremely conditioned. So of course you feel great when you're doing something that you're conditioned with. Who should do this? I feel like people who just want to, first off, people who shouldn't do this, people who just think they want to do this just to look good. That's ridiculous. This is way more than that. If you just want to look good, get to 13% body fat. Go to the gym a few times a week and get your diet, moderately in check, and you will look good. Don't do this just to take it, just to be, you know what I'm saying? That's just ridiculous. Do this because it's a inner calling. It's an inner, it's just an inner thing. It's something that you just feel like you've got to do. It's something that you want to prove to yourself. It's a very self thing. Okay, it's not for other people. This is something that just, I feel like you're kind of just drawn to it, and you kind of just find your passion. And if you have a passion and you watch all these videos and you're just like, you know what, I don't care, I want to do that, I want to prove it to myself, I want to step on stage, I want to bring home some hardware, or I just want to step on stage and I want to prove to myself that I can do this, then you know what, go for it. Then I feel like that is the kind of people who need to do this, because you learn so much about yourself. Even though it's so hard, it is equally as rewarding with everything that I've learned about myself, and just with food and about my body and about people. And you really start getting your own take in the world. You mature. I mean, you go through so many different levels of growth mentally, really, through this. And even in 12 weeks, I mean, I've been doing this for 14 months. I've lost almost 90 pounds. But the last 12 weeks, really the last 8 weeks, it's been just absolutely mind-blowing. I've learned probably more about myself in the last 8 weeks than I've probably learned in the last 8 years. Honestly, I'm not even saying that. And I was very mature before this journey, but man, it's wild. You grow up quick. You got to. I feel like if you're going to do this, you need to have, even though, like I said, it feels very isolating, which it does, you need to have some sort of support system. You need to have people who are in the gym, people, maybe, I hate to say people following on social media, on your progress photos, family members, friends. You need people who are going to be there for you to keep you down very close to ground zero. Because you're going to get in your head, you're going to get very obsessive on your diet, on your training, on how you look, on setbacks, on anything, right? Anything that is normally a trigger or something that's normally exciting, well, yeah, multiply that by 10, and more. It's ridiculous. So it's important to have a support system who understands and is going to get ready and is okay with listening to you and seeing what's going on throughout this preparation. But yeah, except and then that's really about it. And also, you need people who are going to understand what's going on. This takes a lot of time with the diet, the prep, the research, the training, the cardio, everything. This is not something you can just go and just decide one day and then spend 8 weeks and do it. No, this takes a very, very long time and a lot of tedious effort. And time for posing. That's very important too. But I just wanted to talk. This is a very it's crazy. It's wild. It's a beautiful thing, but it's very difficult, and I think that's why it's a beautiful thing. And you learn just to respect everything. You learn to respect just what your body can do and what your body feels like on a very primal level. And yeah, so that's basically the video. Again, I know the fun things to hear is what really to expect. But side effects, again, you're always going to be cold. Walking kind of begins to hurt because just the body fat on your feet kind of just gets not quite as thick, I guess. But so walking hurts. That might also be a joint issue, just because sometimes you lose leverages in your wrist and your ankles and your knees because the body fat, it shrinks. You have less padding, and just because you don't recover quite as well from your training and from leg days and from cardio. And because you're doing so much of it. Hormones, obviously, sex drive is pretty much non-existent. You no longer want to do anything. You just kind of want to just train, eat, sleep, repeat. Train, eat, sleep, repeat. You rely on videos, I feel like, and just repeating yourself on your training and just your diet every day. Just your days just kind of start flowing into each other. It's no longer a Monday. Now it's just a chest day. Then it's refeed day. Then it's this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer just today's Wednesday, and it's just it becomes training. So you become very focused on food, very focused on training, and that's another side effect I feel like you get from this. There's so many of them. I just can't even begin to explain. Bowel movements. I hate to say that. Bowel movements happen maybe once every day and a half, 2 days, and when it happens, you don't even need toilet paper. Everything just comes out so clean. You're peeing all the time just because you have no body fat for the water to get stored. You're constantly peeing, 15, 20 times a day. I'm not even kidding you. Your face just gets really sucked up. I don't know if you can see in the lighting, but man, it's just like, it is like an angle, right? And then again, there are so many. Just energy's depleted. I mean, you're so physically exhausted. You just take straight willpower, and then when your brain starts messing with you, it really it's difficult. You gotta just tell yourself no. Also, if you have any sort of like, I know this is a very deep topic, but if you have any sort of like mental or psychological issues or insecurities or anything before prep, they're gonna be presented to you very intensely when you're on prep, because the body is just, everything is so heightened, and you're gonna have to face those. You're gonna have to face those troubles in your inner self. And we all have them, but you're gonna have to face your own, and you're gonna have to really observe and analyze, what they mean, and you'll grow from it. You'll use what you've learned through all of this to conquer that. But the positives, you look really really freaking crazy good. I'll show you a picture right there currently of like a progress photo. But it's insane. Your body, you're at an elite level. I mean, and I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm at an elite level, but no, when you get there, you are at an elite level. People treat you differently. People respect you. People look at you differently. It's absolutely incredible. And everyone wants to know what you're doing. Everyone wants to know how you got there. Everyone wants to, high five you. Everyone wants to be your friend. Everyone wants to be, associated with the guy who is trying to strive for something great. So you have to use the good moments, which there are good moments for sure, but you have to really enjoy and savor those moments and realizing you're in one to use that to fight the other 80% of the day that kind of generally sucks and low energy. And again, if you're not in a place in your life right now where you can do this, let's say your significant other, you're close to having a baby, work is stressful, something, you're not able to do the training, the cardio. I mean, I'm not trying to tell people don't challenge themselves. You can still live healthy and eat well and go to the gym and be healthy with a very busy schedule, I believe, but this is a whole new level. This is not just, your average gym goer. You have to have the time to be able to do it and the accessibility in your life. But yeah, hope that answers some questions. Do I recommend doing it? Hell yes. Yes, if you can, if you want to, and you're okay with the side effects, then I say go for it and do it. But if you do it, just take it, go into it knowing it's going to suck. It is going to suck. And just know that you're going to come out of it. I'm assuming that it's just going to be unbelievable. You're running on true adrenaline. You really truly are. And just the image in your brain of you bringing home that big old trophy, right? And the big refeed meal afterwards with your friends and your family. Just keep me going right now. It's the only thing that's keeping me going. But yeah, I wanted to share this with you. So anyone who's interested in doing bodybuilding prep, physique, I'm doing physique prep. So hopefully this video helps. And if you're already on it right now, keep going, and we can relate. But again, man, the shreds are just insane. I mean, I used to never wear striped shirts because I was always a bigger person, and striped shirts make you look bigger. But now that I'm tiny and small in all my clothing, stripes have become actually my friend. And I'm just trying to show update photos or update progress. But yeah. Alright, so enough flexing. I'll be flexing all night. That's all I do now anyway, to just look in the mirror and pose. Alright, but y'all have a great night. Thanks for watching. Deuces. I'm just gonna do a video check-in.
Getting like, sick.
Zoom out a little bit.
Oh, it does. Oh wait, I don't want you flexing too much now. That's good.
I'm just gonna do it one more time.
Sick. Yeah. flex. Now I see you say you almost made the same mistake again with switching it, but the way you switched it up like that, that's totally fine. As long as you remember to keep that you have to switch hands. Yeah, you look sick, man, for real.
Cool.